shit. Here we go again.
CJ mods, CJ mods, CJ.
Oh my god!
CJ, Carl Johnson, CJ mods. Why are they everywhere? What's going on, Absolute Units? Cinder Unit here. If there's one thing I learned about new games coming out, especially on PC, it's gotta be two things.
Stop recently. Yeah, that's a very interesting Chun-Li costume there.
And CG mods. So I'm trying to figure out why there's so many CG mods everywhere in the game. But before we talk about it, first we need to know where CJ came from. Actually, do I even have to tell you? Pretty much everyone knows who CJ is and what Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is. Why do I even bother talking about it? I have it, you have it, your moms have it, your cousins and dogs have it. Everyone in the world has this game.
Here we go.
Unless your poor soul owns the remastered version. Fine. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is a game where you play as Carl Johnson, aka CJ, coming back to his hometown of Los Santos due to his mom getting shot by the rival gang the Ballas. Reuniting with the Hood, CJ decides to stay with his old gang and build back what they lost after losing everything. But what makes this game still incredible to this day is the amount of things you could do. There are tons, and I mean tons of mini games like the arcades, racing, and gambling. You can spray on walls, go to driving school, go to the gym, play basketball, drink some hot coffee, buy expensive houses, upgrade cars, go into gang wars, activate a jetpack cheat code just to skip areas, watch GTA X-Files videos. It's like there's just so much shit you can do in this game. And the fact that the game came out in 2004 shows that still holds up. It's also the only Grand Theft Auto game in the franchise to have the most story missions so far, like 100 in total. Now, what does that have anything to do with having too many CJ mods, you might ask? Well, like I said before in the list of things you could do, one of them is watching GTA X-Files mystery videos and later doing some investigating by yourself to see if it was actually real. And surprise, surprise, one of them is actually real, and it's the ghost car. Ooh, spooky, it's their backrooms moment. If you take them to Pay and Spray, the car won't even get fixed. Now, the actual reason for car spotting is that they don't want the players to get lost, but it still does make you think that there could be more real mysteries out there than this. You gotta remember, this is a 2004 game, and YouTube was released on 2005. And when these videos came out in 2007 or 8, you found out that the game has monsters like Bigfoot or Nessie or even aliens. Seriously, it's because of these mysteries, I find GTA San Andreas as a secret horror game than some open world gangster game. I even saw like a video of CJ fighting Bigfoot and thought it's actually real. Like an actual video of CJ fighting Bigfoot, not like a still image. I don't know how many years has it been since I learned that it's fake, but it turns out it's all fake, and most of them are just mods. Just like CJ mods, foreshadowing much. And speaking of mods, I actually remember watching a video of Spider-Man being in the game, and I thought, what? No way! I didn't know Spider-Man's a secret character. Well, spoiler alert, he isn't, and it's just another mod, so he's not a secret character. And now that pretty much everyone knows that's all fake and mods becoming mainstream and some programmer deleting my files, the old days of GTA San Andreas myths and maybe video game myths in general are pretty much history like playground rumors.
Alright, get lost all of you, you're fired, go on, scram, get out of here, you moochers! That's right, keep moving!
You know what? Yeah.
Except you stay.
The second reason why there's so many CG mods is the character and design. Now, I want you to imagine this. Imagine someone infiltrating Area 51, or 69 in this game, to steal something, and you might be expecting, oh, this guy could be a super spy, like James Bond or Solid Snake, or Tom Cruise. Nope, it's just a black dude wearing a tank top straight out of Compton. Or imagine being a pilot of a huge commercial airline, but the co-pilot of the airplane you'll be working as just one simple guy straight out of Compton. He's just a simple gangster from the hood doing some gangster stuff like clubbing, drinking, partying, low riding. Then you see him espionaging? valet driving, jetpacking, owning an airfield, mastering and honing the skills of a blade. That is like the least gangster thing to do, but at the same time, he still has his hoodlum values. Still spewing some street thug one-liners while also wearing only a simple, no-effort white tank top. But send your unit. You could just buy clothes if you want to. Yeah, but let's face it. When you think of CJ, you think of this character design. African American, shaved hair, and a simple white tank top. That it's just like it's like the most simple no-effort character design ever made. Compare that to the other GTA characters before him. You have Claude in his leather jacket and Tommy wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Actually, you know what? Let's just move on to GTA protagonists and look at other video game protagonist designs. So let's start this off with Mario, sporting his red and blue plumber look. Sure, it looks normal to look at, but compare that to CJ. He's just a black guy wearing a tank top. Mario just is like an everyday plumber fixing pipes and is either too short to be human-sized or too tall to be a midget. Compare that to CJ, he's just a black guy wearing a tank top. Next up is Sonic the Hedgehog. Blue, runs fast, and would probably look ugly if he was real. But hey, he's a fictional character, and not real compared to CJ, who is just a black guy wearing a white tank top. Mega Man, a robot in a futuristic world, protecting innocents that can copy the boss' ability after defeating them. Sure, he may get stronger the more he gets new weapons. And compare that to CJ, he's just the black guy wearing a white tank top. Ryu from Street Fighter. He's tough, he's buff, he shoots energy balls from his hands, and has battled numerous fighters that can do crazy spin moves, summon typhoons, spit yoga fire. And compare that to CJ, he's just a black guy wearing a tank top. Call of Duty. Honestly, I don't really know of any COD protagonists other than a bunch of US soldiers wearing armor, except for Ghost, who's a side character. So, if some side character has a much more memorable design than the main character, you know you fucked up. But which one's more relatable to you? A guy with his skull face paint, or a black guy wearing a tank top? Dante from the Devil May Cry series sure doesn't wear any clothes in the third game except for his jacket. But that jacket that he's wearing, does anyone know the price of that thing he's wearing? $8,000. How much is CJ's white tank top? Come on, yes. That's right. 19, 14, or even for the cheaper price. Would you rather buy an expensive jacket to stop human tree from growing, or buy a dollar store tank top, which is the cheaper alternative? Obviously the black guy in the tank top. Spider-Man, well, he's a comic book character and not a video game character, but you know what? At this point I don't even care if it's a video game character. So I'm gonna start applying this to all artistic storytelling mediums. Whether it's Peter Parker or Miles Morales, one thing they have in common is web patterns, spiral logo, and their personal costume colors. Compare that to CJ, he's just a black guy wearing a white tank top. But what about Wolverine? Well, first of all, Wolverine's design is the yellow and blue suit and not his movie look. Especially Wolverine X-Men Origins where he's wearing a tank top like CJ. But does he have claws? Can it stab your skin? Does CJ have claws? Nope, it's the Second Amendment and the katana, baby! Aang from Avatar. He may be bald like CJ, but is CJ a monk and has blue tattoos that could glow? Nope, CJ doesn't need that kind of power of using a glider and airbending. He's got his own jetpack and an airfield. Really, this is pretty much the reason why there's so many CJ mods. His character design is the definition of plain, simple, and basic. Nothing too complicated, but at the same time, not a lot of effort is put into his design. As well as his character being just a gangster coming back from homes. And now, the final reason why I think there's so many CJ mods out there is that, well, he's basically a childhood hero of the mid-2000s. And a timeless one, that is. Owning a game like this back in the day, it's made a lot of impact in the gaming community as a whole for the 2000s kids. It made us introduced to the character CJ and the game world he's living in. Ordering 2 number 9s, reconciling his family, raiding a police station. It's just an incredible game that's made a huge impact other than big smoke memes. Yes, it's true that every game is open world nowadays, but you can't deny that the early days of good open world like GTA San Andreas was truly a game changer. And right after you're done with everything and taking down the big baddie of the game, well, least you can do now is waste time and do some unfinished side content, I guess, non-stop. Then quit the game and move on. But even so, CJ is like that old friend of yours that you still want to hang out with. Or that one toy that you just can't let go. So what's there to do next in the adventures of CJ when even his voice actor isn't interested in making a comeback, and even Rockstar probably doesn't want to bring him back too? Well, if there's one thing we learned in GTA San Andreas ending, is that we gotta stay on top of our game. So when there's trouble, there's only one man that could stop the world from destruction. So what better way to go on to new adventures by replacing CJ as the main protagonist?
Carl, where are you off to now?
Finna hit the block. See what's happening.
So, too long didn't watch? This is pretty much the reason why there's so many CG mods everywhere. For starts, it's because of those fake X-Files mystery mods, as well as CJ turning to Goku himself.
What the fuck is that?
A simple character design and him being a gangster, and because he's a childhood hero of a groundbreaking game, which pretty much makes him into the face of the modding community. What am I talking about? Maybe the reason why there's so many CJ mods is just because it's just so funny. Seeing CJ just saving the world from an Avengers level threat. A simple answer with no deep critical thinking. But hey, if you guys have any reasons why there's so many CJ mods everywhere, please let me know in the comment section below. Well, guess that's all for now. This is your robot Syndicate, logging off until next time.